Hello my gorgeous Sagittarius, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Sagittarius, and it's for February 2019. So it's for you my beautiful Sagittarius, and it's for February 2019. Wow, 11, number 11 you have this month. Now when it comes to numerology, this is very important. This doesn't only mean like a new beginning, but it means the whole new spiritual powerful start that you are going to have. And when I say spiritual, that means that this month is going to come with a little twist. It's going to come with a little twist because it's going to bring you something really new and unusual. When I say unusual, it means that it's just going to take your attention from other things that you're doing in your life, and it's just going to kind of make more and more sense to you as the time goes by. By the time you get to the end of February, you will see exactly what I mean, because the whole new option is because of this, it's going to become available. It's going to become available to you. Now, what I was going to say, that number 11 also means that there is going to be a situation that is going to arise, and this is really important, and you're going to need to really react in a certain way. Okay, and the key to do things right is to be responsible. You're gonna need to make a very mature and responsible decision. Whatever happens, whatever goes on this month, do not make a decision straight away then and there. If you can step away, step back from the situation, just have a little think, just go home, do something, and then have a little think, get a right balance, and then see how this is going to look to you, how this is going to sound to you. However, number 11 is also like kind of trying to let you know that you are going to come across a really important decision, and it is like really important decision, and it is going to require from you to be rather mature indeed. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, okay, Sagittarius, you are actually going to have a little bit painful hips. You see, this is going to be like a little bit of like a negative area, like a little bit of like a darker area when it comes to your hips and when it comes to your legs, which is telling me just to make sure like that throughout the months, or even it could even be your knees, you see, it's your legs in general and your hips. So throughout the month, if you can like just make sure that you have little breaks, make sure that you sit down every now and then, and that's how you can actually go with this balance. It probably would be the best thing to do. Try to not to go for too long without any breaks if you can. Otherwise, you see, you're gonna be fine, because when it comes to your energy levels, are going to be absolutely fine, so you're gonna be okay, and that in itself is gonna make you feel really optimistic, and it's going to make you feel like really like kind of like very optimistic and very like you will want to go for it when it comes to doing certain things in your life. There is a lot of energy that you're going to have, and that's why I'm just saying that it's going to be a little bit important to just to sit down every now and then. Okay, now the first important date that I would like to say to you, my beautiful Sagittarius, is actually going to be on the 3rd of February, which is not going to be that good, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. On the 3rd of February, you need to be like a little bit careful. I wouldn't actually plan anything on this day. I wouldn't actually try to do something important on this day. I wouldn't try to like buy something really big on this day. Please. You know why? Because I need to warn you. There is someone who's going to try to be quite deceptive. There's someone who's going to try to kind of lie to you. There's someone who's going to try to be horrible on you during this day, and I don't like this person, okay? And it's just, that's why it's just somebody who's very much so there to use people. I really need you to be really careful, my beautiful babies. You see, you can have a Moldavite. Moldavite is really important, and it kind of protects you, completely against all sorts of negative energy, negative people, and especially when we have some kind of dealings, especially when we have some kind of negotiations, it's very good to attract finances, but on another hand, it helps us with conversation, but also it protects us from like people like this. It's a Moldavite is something that I would recommend you to wear it throughout February, because there is a lot going to be happening when it comes to decision making, business, finances, and things like that. It's going to be good, but it's all going to be down to you making the right decisions. Now, this comes with a sterling silver setting, as you already know by now, and the sterling silver chain, and the description. The link to buy this is in the description below. Okay, so it's a Moldavite. I highly recommend, to protect yourself against people like like this, because this is someone who is like a very, very negative. On another hand, what you're going to need to do is just basically, as I said, if you can avoid this day and do any other day, make any other day like this, if you need to have negotiations or whatever, you know, it would be probably ideal. But if you do have to have a negotiation on this particular day, try to surround yourself with Moldavite, try to have a Moldavite. If you can't have a Moldavite, okay, then maybe try to have some kind of black tourmaline or black crystals in your pocket to protect yourself against people like this. The second important day, my beautiful Sagittarius, is actually going to be on the 2nd of February. On the 2nd of February, now, this is not going to be as bad as the 3rd of February. Yeah, it's not bad, but I'm just telling you how it is, you know. I give you the chance to kind of prepare yourself. So the 16th of February, it's actually, I've got an itchy nose. Sorry. The 16th of February, it's actually going to be really good because there is an advice, really important advice that you are going to get from somebody very important, somebody very significant, and somebody who you really think highly of. And the advice that you are going to get is just going to be very practical for you. It is going to be an honor for you because you really think that this person is really somebody very meaningful and somebody very sincere and somebody who has got a really sincere interest in others. So that person is going to give you really wonderful advice, or the idea that you're going to get through this person, and that in itself is just going to bring you the whole new balance, and that balance is going to give you the whole new force. There's a number 3 going to be very significant here, which means that other people are going to be kind of connected to this situation, but also most importantly, by the end of the day, beautiful swift change that you are going to have, beautiful swift change that you are going to have by the end of the day. And this is also going to be very much so connected to the certain message. The third important date is going to be on the 25th of February. Now the 25th of February, you know, it's going to be like, I have no idea what that noise was meant to be, but it's just basically, it's going to be the situation, a little bit of a change. I don't want to be like a little negative birdie telling you like a bad things, you know, but it is just, I have to tell you that this is a bit of a yin-yang moment that we have here again, because it's the 25th of February, and there's going to be a little bit of complete change, a little change that you're going to go through. Something is going to happen, and it's just going to kind of be like, oh no, and it's going to surprise you a little bit because you will not see kind of this coming, kind of not, at least especially at around this time, and it's just going to kind of set you back a little bit, you know, and it's going to be a little bit of like a little setback, a little loss of stability that you're going to have. And it's going to seem like it, but it's going to be absolutely fine. That in itself is going to make you feel like, oh no. But then again, you know, it's just going to give you power at the same time, because you're going to start feeling very purified through this situation. Purified because you're going to want to kind of like, as I said, as I mentioned before, it is going to make you kind of like do things differently, like do things, you know, and also especially when it comes to like your immediate environment, you will feel like you want transformation, you will want to clear things, you will want to change things, but also when it comes to your life in general, you will think about the certain changes. So if you didn't have this little bit of change, you wouldn't be able to get to this point, and that point by the end of the day on 25th of February, it's going to be very significant because it is the whole new transition that is going to become available. It is whole new change that is going to come through forward to you, and also it is going to be an amazing readjustment, regeneration and rebirth for you. But it's going to come with a little pim. Okay, that little pim is going to come with little pim that it's going to come with. It is just going to be a readjustment. You're going to need to change something, and this is going to be the first day for you, the first date for you, when you're going to realize there's something, the certain particular thing in your life will need to change in order for you to move on with your life, and in order for you to get where you want to get. This particular thing, it's blocking you. Okay, so now going on the first week of February 2019, my beautiful Sagittarius, is now, this is all about you getting your energy back, all about you feeling very creative. Now that creativity, it's also going to sharpen up your vision, okay, which is going to make you feel really vigilant, but also at the same time it's going to make you feel like a submerged with certain areas, and certain stages in your life are all going to to start getting together, and this is going to be the beginning of your unfoldment, which is going to really start with you kind of realizing that you need to change. You're going to kind of realize what you need to change and how the change is going to happen, and how to make, what would be the best thing to actually make this change happen, and what needs to be, sacrificed in order to get there. Now, this in itself is just going to be very much so connected to you constantly thinking about a certain vision, you thinking about certain vision, you focusing on a certain vision is just going to bring the situation, it's going to kind of make you being concentrated towards your life as it is at the moment a little bit less, and that in itself is just going to cause a little bit of negativity and a little bit of like a kind of negative situation that is actually going to arise here with somebody else, and that situation that is going to arise is just going to kind of make you a little bit disappointed with a certain person and with a certain situation in your life, and now that is just going to push yourself, that particular situation is going to help you to push yourself towards the new option, towards the new beginning, and that new beginning is going to also be connected to the new learning experience and the whole new stage in your life that you know nothing about, and this is why it's just going to be connected to the learning experience so much. But somebody else is also going to have a vavavoom influence on you, like a really powerful influence on you. Somebody's just gonna really, the right person, an amazing person here, somebody really cool, somebody really powerful, somebody really significant, okay? So there is going to be the whole new inspiration that is going to come through someone, and I like that, because most certainly this is the right person to actually get inspired by really, really good, okay? So the second part of February 2019, you see, it's also going to become very, very special for you, because there is going to be the evening, especially at home. You're going to be at home, and it's going to be a very strange feeling that you are going to have. It's going to be night, it's going to be evening, and this is going to happen right before you go to sleep. There's going to be a very heavy feeling, very heavy feeling, like when it comes to the energy, it's going to feel like a strange, it's going to be like a different dimension, and that in itself is going to make you feel like really tired and really drained, and that in itself at the same time it's going to make your connection with your spirit guides and with your divine and with your angels much stronger. There is something really at the same time important that you're actually going to realize here, and that important realization, it's going to seem something like a really fair for you to do. Just remember that, really fair for you to do. Now it's the right time, okay? Now it's the right time to move on with your life. Now it's the right time to go for it. Now this is going to be a very overwhelming emotion for you indeed, and also it is the people and some other people that are very important to you are going to come forward and just say how much they agree with a certain stage in your life and how proud they are of you, and you're going to really, really like it, and that is going to give you all the whole new strength, you see, the actual realization. There will be like when it comes to your own recognition, there is going to be like a little bit of illusional moment when it comes to your own recognition, because you will see that what was blocking you, what is blocking you, and what is stopping you to move on. And this is also going to be like kind of like a maybe a little bit of like a heartbreaking or like a negative situation that you're going to need to do, because you're going to need to move on from the certain situation that you may not completely hate, but for your own progress and for your own good, for your own best, it's just going to be the time to move on. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be like a little bit of a heartbreaking situation, but hey, it is for your best, it is for your own good, and you will understand this and you will realize this, and this is going to be really important time and really crucial time, and one of the most important time in your life, because this is going to lead towards your own personal security. I'm gonna burn my hair. Hey, it's like no hair. Yeah. Anyway, so this is going to this is going to lead towards your own personal security and mental clarity. Okay, but especially when it comes to practicality and security financially and things like that, this is all going to start making sense. By the time we get to the last part of February 2019, Justice, your justice, your justice coming true. Your justice, your justice, your justice is coming forward. La la la, la la la, ta 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 ta. Now, this is how happy you are going to be, because there is something really big going to happen at the end of February. Your justice is coming through, your justice is coming forward. Whether this is like a literally like a some kind of court case, whether somebody is trying to decide something for you, but whatever it is that someone is trying to decide for you, this is going to work good. This is going to be amazing, and your justice is coming. You're going to hear really good news at the end of February, indeed, and that in itself is going to make you feel like really good. That in itself is going to make you feel really powerful, and that in itself is just going to give you the whole new option that is going to become available for you, and that new option is just going to come like a hope, faith, and also the whole new bright projects. And this is going to be brilliant, because also at the end of February you can expect your omen. There is an omen that you are going to have. There is an omen that you're going to see, and that omen is going to be connected to the nature. Very important indeed to remember, and very important to remember what were you thinking at around the same time. Okay, and also when it comes to the social relationships at the end of the month, it's going to be amazing, because the social relationships are going to be quite important, and there is going to somebody from the past, a certain person is going to come forward, and this is like somebody who's your friend. When it comes to your personal possessions and things like that, there is some kind of turnaround going to happen, and it's going to be quite good, because what you're going to do is just you're going to be thinking about it, and you're going to be making certain changes when it comes to your certain possessions, and you're going to really like it, and you're going to really enjoy yourself. On another hand, there is some lots of future planning at the end of February. It's almost going to be the time of spiritual awakening when it comes to you, and when it comes to the future planning, and especially those things in your life that you're unhappy with. This is what you're going to you will want to completely now. The end of February, they're really going to come to an end, and you're going to say bye-bye, and you're going to absolutely love it. So one of the most important things that are going to happen at the end of February is the fact this is the most important decision that you are going to make, that you already made, that is going to kind of become even more evident at the end of February. So there is going to be an amazing ending that you're going to have, and this is going to be so powerful for you, because this moment is probably going to be one of the most important moments of your life. Okay, this is all going to lead towards your own power. This is all going to lead towards your own synergy. This is all going to lead towards your own you discovering yourself, discovering your vulnerability, through discovering yourself through your own power, through your own vulnerability and innocent, which is going to help you to emerge. And at the same time, the certain veil is going to kind of go off, and that veil is the key. That veil is going to be the main point of everything, because that what is going to be behind this veil is going to be absolutely amazing. Whatever you decide to do at the end of February, listen, this is so important, Sagittarius, is whatever you try to do at the end of February, and August 2019, it is going to have a very strong connection. August 2019, it's going to have a very strong connection with the February. Whichever seeds you try to plant, when I say seeds, try to plant, whatever you start new, whatever business you start, or whatever new you start, whatever new process there is here, whatever seeds are planted, this is going to be the time when they are going to actually become very significant. And this is when the actual continuation of this process is going to be. I can't explain how important this is going to be, and I can't explain how connected all these things are. Okay, so now my gorgeous Sagittarius, I'm going to shuffle these cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. Okay, for those of you that are actually in relationship, this is for February 2019. Oh, okay, well, this is interesting. For those of you that are in relationship, you see, it's basically going to be, there is some kind of materialistic gain that you are going to have, and the materialistic gain that you and your partner are going to have, I need you to be really careful about, because money is money. Money is not that important. Money doesn't make people really happy, you know. Money can make you happier. Money can make us get things that can make us feel happy, but it's not the actual reason why people are happy. So there is no point to argue about the money and things like that. The reason, you know, of course it can help with the happiness. You know, you can, if you've got enough money to buy a little mini island for yourself, of course it's going to help you to be happy, you know, indeed. But it's not the main reason, the main state of happiness. It's not the state of your mind as it is. So that's why it can help, but it's not. The reason why am I saying this, because there is some kind of materialistic gain that you and your partner are going to have, and that materialistic gain is kind of going to be okay, but it's going to cause a little bit of problems between you two, because it's going to make you both a little bit indecisive. I can see that a little bit of problems going to be in between you and your partner because of the certain materialistic gain. So just try to be okay with this, because it's going to cause a little problems, little arguments, you know. Try to maybe, you know, if you have certain things to discuss, try to discuss them in March rather than in February, because this is just going to be a little bit of problems here. So just try to see why there is such a bad balance, why the balance is not really okay here, and try to see what would be the best way out of it. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are single and ready to mingle. Okay, so this is for Sagittarius, my beautiful babies, my ambitious, amazing, gorgeous, powerful Sagittarius. Everybody envies Sagittarius, in a good way, envy. You know, everybody likes your energy. Very powerful, very ambitious, very energetic. Okay, so now this is for Sagittarius, and it's for February 2019 for those of you that are single. Hey. Wow, interesting. Okay, so now for those of you that are single, this is very, very interesting how it's going to happen. It is going to be very, very busy month, and it looks like you're going to be very affected by so many things happening, you know, and especially, you know, I told you that there is going to be like a little change, a little sudden change that you are going to have. This sudden change is happening here. You see that little tower here? This sudden change is happening here, and it's very, very interesting how this sudden change is also going to play an important role when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, because the bottom line is that around this sudden change is going to be the somebody who's going to come forward, and it's just going to be amazing. So first of all, you're going to have a little bit of problems, sudden change, but then again at the same time that is going to be followed with like a certain success when it comes to money and things like that. So there is going to be a certain amount of money that you are going to have also. So first of all, change you're going to go through, and then the certain money is going to come forward, and that money is just going to automatically make you feel really optimistic. At around that time, you're going to meet someone really, really cool, someone really interesting, and someone really, really powerful. In fact, this person is going to be very stable, this person is going to be very powerful, this person is going to have the right energy. Indeed, when it comes to work-life balance, when it comes to their spirituality, this is going to be somebody so cool, man. This person is going to be like somebody like really like interesting, really responsible, very creative, very learned, very professional, very business person, you know, like a spiritual, religious, whatever. This person is just going to be all around the place, so beautiful, and this person is going to come through, and this person is going to come forward, and this person is going to make themselves known. Sagittarius, there is somebody really cool coming into your life. There's somebody really cool about to start manifesting in your life, and it's about to turn everything around. Oh my goodness, this person is just so nice. Like, I don't know who wouldn't be with this type of person. It's just everything is about them so interesting. I suppose maybe if people don't want somebody serious or something like that, I'm not saying that this person is a serious person, but it's just somebody who's very responsible, but you know, but very smart, very clever, very, very interesting. So there is someone here that is going to come forward, and you're going to meet this person outside. And also water, there is some kind of water going to be around, there is some kind of water going to be there. Maybe it could even be water on the picture, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but there is going to be the water that is going to be very significant when you meet this person. There is someone going to come forward, Sagittarius, that is about to sweep you off your feet, and you're going to love it. Indeed, I know how much you're going to like it. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarius, I love you to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light. Okay, my beautiful babies, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.